Are you still not done with your part-time job? It's already 4 in the afternoon. Shouldn't you head home and tend to household chores?
I'm sorry, Camilla. I have to work overtime a bit. I'll go shopping at the supermarket and then head home.
Are you still going to be late?
Yes. I want to buy ingredients for tonight's dinner.
You're really inefficient, aren't you? Can't you make do with the ingredients we have at home?
Didn't you say you wanted flounder simmered for dinner today?
That was yesterday. I don't really want it now.
I see. But we're out of milk, so I think I'll stop by.
Oh, I see. Then hurry back. I've left the housework for you to do. Please fold the laundry. You haven't cleaned the bathroom and the toilet yet, have you?
Understood.
I brought in the laundry for you, you know. It's actually your job.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I thought you were more capable, Alina. That's why I allowed you to work part-time. But if you're going to burden me like this, I might have to forbid you from working part-time.
I'll be careful. From now on, I'll finish cleaning before leaving for work.
You're a daughter-in-law in this family. Try to anticipate and do things. It's too late if you wait for me to tell you.
Yes.
And there's something I've been thinking about lately. Don't you dress too flashy?
Do you think so? I thought it was just like any other outfit.
You wore a skirt the other day, didn't you? When you went out with my son. That fluttery one.
Yes.
It's indecent to wear something so flirtatious to attract men. You're a wife. Don't wear things that show your legs to other men.
But I think that skirt was down to the knee.
Whether it's down to the knee or not, your legs were visible, weren't they? And the light pink color is vulgar.
I see. I'm sorry, I'll be careful.
Dress more like a wife. Pay attention to your makeup and hair. You look like someone from the nightlife industry.
Camilla, I think that's a bit of disrespectful remark.
If you don't want to be seen that way, dress more modestly. No one is looking at you, even if you don't wear makeup.
No, I mean, with my looks, I couldn't work in the nightlife industry. Professionals were much more careful.
That's not what I'm talking about. Never mind. Conversations with you always seem to go awry.
I'm sorry.
Please don't add to my stress anymore. Just hurry home and do the housework. Hey, Alina. When are you guys coming home?
We just left with my husband. We'll be late today. It's our day off and we're going to eat dinner outside too.
Come home right now.
What happened?
My dear daughter Maya is having a hard time.
Did something happen to Maya?
Apparently, Maya is being bullied by her mother-in-law at her husband's house.
Bullying the daughter-in-law. That's worrisome.
From morning to evening, she's being worked hard by her mother-in-law, and she's been forced to do all the housework by herself. Despite this, she's still not being treated as a member of the family. She was the only one left behind during a family trip. She couldn't bear it any longer and called me for advice just a while ago.
Is that so? Things must be tough on her end.
I'm thinking about calling her mother-in-law, but Maya told me not to. I really don't know what to do.
Bullying a daughter-in-law is a delicate issue. I think it would be best for you, the mother-in-law, not to do anything.
But I can't stand by and do nothing. I can't leave my daughter alone in that house. And it seems the mother-in-law said she was a useless wife. Can you believe it? My daughter, who I raised with such care.
I see.
Hey, you'll come home right away, won't you? I think we need to discuss this as a family. Please tell my son that his sister Maya is in trouble.
I'm already telling my husband exactly what you told me, but Maya isn't coming here, is she?
Yes, that's true.
But even if my husband comes home, it won't solve anything. So he says we should continue with our plans.
Doesn't he care about Maya? Alina, you're in the same position as a wife. You should understand, right?
Yes, I suppose so.
That's why men are useless in situations like this. Apparently Maya's husband is turning a blind eye.
It must be hard not having emotional support.
Maya is a girl who can be proud of anywhere. I wonder what they don't like about her. If Maya were my daughter-in-law, I would be nothing but grateful.
Well, you're Maya's real mother.
What? Are you saying there's a problem with Maya?
No, not like that. Being the wife of a son might be a delicate position for a mother-in-law. I don't have children, so I can't understand the feeling.
If you don't know, don't say anything. But you're glad I'm your mother-in-law, aren't you, Alina? Even on your day off, you can go out and play with my son. I feel sorry for Maya, who didn't get a good mother-in-law. Hey, should I take her back home?
First of all, I think Maya's feelings are the most important, so it would be best to contact her before taking any action.
That's true. Our house is the only place Maya can rely on. I need to be strong. But it's really infuriating. Only the worst people bully their daughters-in-law.
I agree. I think so too.
I'll call Maya again. She must be at her limit, so I'll try to convince her to come home somehow.
Understood.
And when Maya comes home, make sure you give her proper support, okay, Alina? I want her to take a break and not to do anything for a while. Even if Maya offers to help, don't let her do even a single chore, okay?
Understood. I want to confirm with you, Camilla. It's better to escape from a mother-in-law who bullies her daughter-in-law, right?
Of course. Living together is difficult enough, but bullying the daughter-in-law on top of that is the worst.
Understood. Thank you. I will act according to your words.
Good morning, Alina.
Maya, good morning. What's up?
You're at your parents' house now, right?
Yes, that's it.
I heard you left home, Alina. It's because I came back, isn't it? I'm really sorry for returning when we're living together. It must not feel good for you.
No, that's not it.
Huh? Then why? My mother was also surprised that I suddenly left.
I also escaped from bride bullying Hag, so it's the same reason as Maya. It's not your fault.
Did you say bride bullying Hag? You're talking about my mother, aren't you?
Yes, it's hard to say to my daughter Maya, but I was quite at the limit too. But hearing about Maya's situation, my mother-in-law said that only the worst kind of person bullies their daughters-in-law. I thought to myself, even though she's doing it herself. I discussed it with my husband and decided to leave. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Is that so? My mother, who criticized her mother-in-law so much, she was doing the same thing.
That's why I have no intention of returning there anymore, so Maya doesn't have to worry. Your mother is kind to you. You should take it easy until you calm down.
I can't calm down. My own mother is bullying her daughter-in-law. Alina, what kind of bullying did my mother do to you? I understand that you may not want to talk about it, but please tell me.
I don't think you would feel good hearing this.
I'm fine with that. Please.
Then it's going to be a long story. Is it okay if we talk over the phone?
Yes, it's okay. My mother is not at home now, so please tell me everything. Elena, what on earth have you done? Why did you plant strange ideas in my daughter's mind?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You talked about how I bullied my daughter-in-law, didn't you?
Yes.
So you're affirming it. Why would you do such a thing? My daughter has just returned home, hurt by the bullying from her mother-in-law. Don't you have any consideration for others? And you even said that the reason you left the house is because of me.
That's exactly right. I left the house because I couldn't stand your daughter-in-law bullying. But that's okay, right? You said that I don't have to bear it either.
That's about Maya's story. It doesn't concern you, does it?
If it's about daughter-in-law bullying, it's not irrelevant to me. You've been making nasty remarks and harassment to me every day, haven't you?
Me? When? Where did I do that?
Even though we live together, you pushed all the housework onto me. Isn't this the same as Maya's situation?
I did the housework too.
Does putting away the laundry you occasionally dry count as doing housework?
I also cook, don't I?
Are you referring to the times you threw away the food I cooked? Or called it tasteless and turned it into trash by adding excessive seasoning?
I also clean.
You mean just your own bedroom, right? I clean everything else. I wake up early in the morning to clean the bathroom and toilet, mop and sweep the floors. I can only use the vacuum cleaner on days without part-time work because it's noisy early in the morning. I also run the laundry, cook for the family, do the dishes, and finally go out. So what are you saying you're doing?
It's only natural for a daughter-in-law living together to do housework.
Maybe Maya's mother-in-law thought the same way. Isn't it the same thing?
I didn't treat you like an outsider.
When you returned from a trip with your friends, I was the only one without a souvenir, wasn't I?
I kind of forgot about that.
What about the sweets you buy when you go out? There's always none for me, right? Even the other day when you bought cake. What's up with that?
That's because I bought it for my hardworking husband and son.
To me, it sounds like an excuse. You've also called me a useless daughter-in-law. And you even made a sarcastic remark during a previous family trip, saying, "Are you planning to come too?" I think you've been doing quite similar things to Maya.
I didn't mean any harm. I didn't do it out of malice like Maya's mother-in-law.
Then why don't you bully your daughter-in-law in front of your husband or father-in-law? You always do it when we're alone or during text exchanges, don't you?
Is that so?
Yes, it is. Do you forget things that are inconvenient for you? But don't worry, I reported everything to my husband. I showed him the text messages too.
You've been talking to her son as well?
Of course, he's my husband.
But her son hasn't said anything to me. I haven't been warned or anything about the bullying.
I asked him not to say anything. We live together and I wanted to get along with you as much as possible. But then I realized something from Maya's situation. There is such a thing as futile effort. While you were ignoring your own actions, you were criticizing mother-in-law bullying. Somehow that broke my spirit.
Elena, listen. I didn't mean to bully you. I just wanted you to be a good daughter-in-law and was trying to give you various advice.
So Maya's mother-in-law might have thought the same way. What I want to say is that you're not a mother-in-law who can criticize others. Please reconsider your own actions first.
Elena, I'm sorry. I apologized for everything until now. So won't you come back home?
No, I won't. I will end the cohabitation. The whole reason for the cohabitation was your request in the first place. I don't want to put myself through unnecessary hardships anymore.
All right, let's end the cohabitation. But can you forgive me in return? I've been severely criticized by my son and daughter about the mother-in-law bullying. They've even told me to leave the house.
That's what you get.
I've truly reflected. I'll be a good mother-in-law from now on. So please, I'm begging you.
Can you say that in front of Maya? Can you tell Maya to forgive her mother-in-law's bullying?
I think I'm a bit different from that mother-in-law.
The fact that you can say such a thing shows you haven't reflected at all. I have no obligation to help you. You should be more aware that you are a terrible person who bullies your daughter-in-law. Afterwards, my mother-in-law, accompanied by my father-in-law and sister-in-law, came to apologize to my parents' house. Of course, I didn't forgive her, but she promised not to interfere with me outside of life's major events. So I let them know that I had no particular desire for her to leave the house. My sister-in-law scolded my mother-in-law thoroughly, so I don't think the same thing will happen again. Having been exposed for her behind-the-scenes harassment, my mother-in-law had become completely subdued and has been earnestly taking on the housework that I used to do. I may have been better off complaining earlier, but I was living with them, and if possible, I wanted to be liked by my husband's parents, so I think I ended up enduring too much unnecessarily. But from now on, I have no intention of looking to my mother-in-law's moods. Even if we have to face each other, I plan to do so without any reservations. In addition, it seems that my sister-in-law and her husband have also stopped living with us and moved out. We both discussed how glad we are that things are moving in a better direction for both of us. I will not forget to appreciate my husband, who supported me behind the scenes during the harassment, and my sister-in-law and father-in-law, who firmly scolded my mother-in-law. I want to cherish those who will continue to care about me.
Hey, Sam! I put the papers you need to complete on your desk. What? Alan? The data you need is in the USB I put on your desk with the papers, so continue the work. It's on a big deal we're making with A Corporations. But I was going to go straight home after work today. Huh? I'm going to go straight home after I have a meeting with some of our clients. That's what's written on the schedule board of our department, right? Didn't you read it? What? Really? It said that on the schedule board? Besides, the papers regarding the deal we're making with A Corporations is your work, isn't it, Alan? Based on the date, you should already be halfway done with the project. Which means that I can't just pick up where you left off without any prior knowledge. Then don't go home and stay at the office. Huh? As the son of the senior managing director, I'm giving you work to do. Which means that taking care of these papers is now your job. Who you are doesn't matter when it comes to your job. Besides, you shouldn't be taking advantage of your connections like that in the first place. Shut up and just do the work, will you? Just because Alice, who you always used to push your work on, has been hospitalized because of an accident, and I'm the only person that entered this company at the same time as him, doesn't mean that you can just push your work on me like you did to him. Don't think you can take advantage of me, please. The meeting with our clients is about to begin, so excuse me. Hey, Sam! Come back here!
Good afternoon, Sam. Sorry for having to leave work so suddenly because I was hospitalized.
Good evening, Alice. I heard that you were injured. is it okay for you to be texting like this?
Yes, I was. But it's my feet that were injured and my hands are fine. So it isn't a problem if I'm texting like this.
I see.
If everything heals as it should, then I should be able to leave the hospital in 1 month.
I see. 1 month. I was thinking about visiting you in the hospital on my way home from work tomorrow. Is that alright with you?
Yes, I would be glad to see you. On the other hand, though...
What? Is there something wrong?
Is Alan doing anything to you?
What do you mean, doing anything to me?
You know, pushing all of his work on you and stuff?
Oh, so that's what you're talking about. He tried to push his work on a deal with A Corporations on me just yesterday. But it was right before a meeting with some clients of ours. I was planning on going home right after the meeting was over, so I just ignored him and left.
You what? I would have never been able to do that. Good for you, Sam.
Alan would always push his work on A Corporations on you, right, Alice?
What? You knew about that?
To be honest, I thought such complicated matters like the deal with A Corporations were beyond the capabilities of a man like Alan. But still, he seemed to be getting the work done day after day. Which must mean that he's using his connections as the son of the senior director manager to make someone else to do the work, and make it as if he's the one who did it. That's what I guessed. I then began to examine Alan's actions more carefully, which is when I noticed that you were the one he was taking advantage of, Alice. Is what I'm saying wrong?
No, it's exactly as you described it. Alan's the son of the senior director manager, right? As you know, I too got into this company partly thanks to a few connections of my own.
Oh, that's right. Your aunt was the head of the Osaka department of the company, right?
Yup.
So you're worried that if you rebel against Alan, it'll have bad effects on your aunt as well.
Yup, it's basically that. Alan is threatening something along those lines, too. I can't ask my aunt or the senior director manager about it as well, for fear as to what might happen.
I see. So he's taking advantage of the fact that his father outranks your aunt in this company.
It looks like I've already bothered you by being hospitalized like this. I truly am sorry.
I'm fine. I don't have any sort of connections in this company that I could use as a shield anyways.
Well, I guess so. But isn't that a weakness in and of itself? Well, it probably still means that I'll be causing you trouble until I can get back into the office.
Oh, I see. You can't see the report that was sent to the company chat today because you're currently hospitalized, right, Alice?
What? Did something happen?
Oh, it's almost time for the lights in the hospital to be turned off, right?
Oh, you're right. I didn't notice.
I'll explain it to you in detail tomorrow when I visit you.
Alright, I got it.
Take care of yourself then. Good night.
Thanks. Good night. Thanks for coming to visit me today, Sam.
It was nothing. On the contrary, I'm sorry to have bothered you.
But still, I was so surprised. 1 more week, huh?
Sorry to have surprised you. This involves the interests of our clients as well, so I had to ask the department leader to keep quiet for as long as possible.
So that's what was happening.
Well then, I'll visit you again soon.
Got it, thanks.
Hey Sam, today for sure I'm going to make you take care of the papers involving the deal with A Corporations.
You're pushing your work on me again?
I'm not pushing my work on you. You're involved in this deal with A corporations as well, right?
The work I'm in charge of involves a different deal with A corporations. Besides, someone else took my place yesterday, so I'm no longer in charge of it.
So that means you have less work to do and have all the time in the world.
No, I actually don't.
But these papers are due tomorrow. If you don't take care of these papers by tomorrow, then the company's going to receive a serious blow. You know? Take responsibility and do it all for me, will you?
If that's the case, I'll just do all the work I'm in charge of.
Huh?
I told you, the other project involving A corporations I was in charge of was taken on by someone else, right? I got questions from the person who was newly put in charge. So once I answer these questions, the work I have to do involving this matter will be done.
Sam, are you sure you want to say these things to me? My father is a senior director manager of this company. You know? You know what I'm trying to say, right?
I'm leaving this company today.
Yep, that's right. You don't want to have to leave this company after being fired, right?
Thanks for everything up until now. Excuse me then.
If you want to continue working in this company, then hurry up and do the work and submit it by tomorrow. I'm going to put a USB with the necessary information on your desk. All right? Hey, Sam! Hey! Why did you just... The papers I told you to take care of yesterday! When I came for work today, the papers were in the same state as they were yesterday, when I left them on your desk.
Good morning, Alan. You're already at the office? You're quite early.
These papers were due today. What are you going to do about this? Come to the office right now and do your job.
Didn't I tell you yesterday that I was quitting the company?
Huh?
Even before that, wasn't there a message on the company chat saying that I would be quitting yesterday?
What? The company chat?
Don't tell me you didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I see. Doesn't the company tell employees to check the company chat at least once a day?
Who cares about that right now? What are you going to do about these papers? There's no way I can finish these by the deadline.
It's no use asking me for advice. I no longer work at that company. Shouldn't you tell your superiors about the situation first and ask them what to do? The data you have to organize should already be partly complete since you made Alice do it, right? You'll just have to ask one of the other employees with the skills to complete it to do the job.
That's not going to work.
What?
If I save data from the cloud, from Alice's computer, then everyone will find out that I'm not the one who did it. Which is why we shared data using USB sticks. But, as I was panicking earlier, I dropped one of the USB sticks and stepped on it. And now it's in pieces.
Oh. The fact that you're panicking over that must mean that you didn't save the latest version to the cloud or something. Am I right?
The version saved to the cloud was made 1 month ago. I was too lazy to update it. The newest version I saved to the USB stick.
The one you stepped on.
Shit.
What a mess you've made.
Do something about it, please. Didn't I tell you to take care of this yesterday? This means that it was your responsibility.
I already told you. I quit yesterday. So there's no use making me do the work anymore.
You're lying. You said you'd do what I said because you don't want to lose your job.
Why don't you go over the conversation we had yesterday one more time?
Why?
When I said I'm going to quit today, you seem to have misunderstood me, which means that the conversation we had after that was nonsense.
Huh? Seriously, Alice isn't here either, so what am I supposed to do about this?
I already told you. Tell your superiors about the situation and ask them what to do.
But if I do that, it'll look like I made a mistake.
But you did make a mistake, right?
Give me your email address.
What?
I'll give you the data I saved to the cloud 1 month ago. So take care of it before the deadline.
That's impossible.
You'll do it even if it's impossible.
No, I won't.
Did you forget that my father is a senior director manager of this company?
Do you still not understand that that threat has zero effect on me now that I don't work there anymore?
Huh? Oh, that's right. I know. I'll bring a laptop to Alice's hospital room and make her do the work.
If you attempt anything like that, I'll do everything I can to stop you.
What? Why would you do such a thing?
Because Alice is my girlfriend.
What? Your girlfriend? Since when?
We only started going out 3 days ago, but I'll protect her no matter what.
Wait, if you think about this carefully, that makes no sense. Going out with a man who quit his job and is currently unemployed? No way that's true. Even Alice isn't that dumb, I think. At least try to come up with a better lie if you're going to lie.
I'm not unemployed. I've already decided where I'm going to be working next.
I see. It's probably no company of importance.
It's A Corporations.
What?
Can I go now?
Wait, hold on. You changed jobs to A Corporations? Which means that everyone will find out about me, accidentally destroying the data that was supposed to be turned in today? Quit your job there right now. Come back to this company and make it as if you made a mistake.
I didn't intend on saying this, but the next CEO of A Corporations is a friend of mine.
Huh?
I changed jobs because my friend recognized my skill in making schedules. So he wants to make me his secretary when he becomes the CEO.
What?
You wouldn't listen to me, so I decided to tell you. Do you understand now that you've made a huge mistake and you won't be able to get out of it?
What? No way. This can't be true. No way. Seriously?
Goodbye. That being the case, the fact that the data that was supposed to be turned in that day was destroyed became known to everyone involved. As soon as everyone was about to give up, Alice saved the day by revealing that she had been saving the data to the cloud regularly. They were able to restart with the most recent data she had saved a week earlier. They were able to turn it in 2 days after the original deadline. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief, which is how Alan probably wanted the story to end. Unfortunately for him, though, his father was accused of being partly responsible for this incident. And as punishment, he was demoted from his position as senior director manager. Alan himself, of course, was fired. The relationship between the father and son ended there. and Alan, who had been living in his parents' house until then, was thrown out. He found a job at a factory that came with a housing in a nearby town. But one of his colleagues was injured because of him, and he was fired again. After that, there have been eyewitnesses saying that they saw him sleeping at a park. But where he is and what he's currently doing exactly is unknown.